Welcome to our peer-to-peer learning webinar today. My name is Helen, and I'm currently working for Services and Global Experience in International Office. We also have our SAFE team members, Nadia and Bhavika, to help to moderate the Q&A later in the sessions. First of all, I would like to say a few words about peer-to-peer learning program. Our webinar series are virtual opportunities for students to share a topic of interest with their peers. And the topic can include a specific skill, a craft, a professional experience, or tips and ideas. And it's the chance for everyone to share and learn from each other. If you are interested in being a presenter, so consider submitting a proposal. And each proposal can be presented by one student or a group of students. And our team SAFE can help you to give feedbacks and moderate or facilitate your session. And before we begin, I just go through quickly the rules of the webinar today, because we cannot hear you or see you. So please type your questions in the Q&A session at the bottom of your screen. And we also open to the discussion at the end of the presentation as well. And for your information, the webinar today will be recorded, and the slide and all the handouts will be sent to you by email after the presentation. And the topic today is how to study effectively during the lockdown. And please join us to welcome our presenters, Harris and Thiago.
All right, thank you so much for the kind introduction, Helen. So my name is Siddiqi, and this is my friend Thiago Batista. And we're going to be talking to you guys about studying effectively during the lockdown.
Hi there, everyone. Nice to be here with you guys. I would like first to thank Helen, Nadia, and the SAGE team for this opportunity to be here sharing our experience with you. Next slide.
All right, so for the agenda, we're going to be covering 3 topics: studying, networking, and group projects. After that, we're going to have a Q&A. Next slide, please. So introductions. So my name is Siddiqi. I am a second semester software engineering student. And you guys may think, I'm some sort of genius because I'm up here presenting. But the truth is, I was not always a good student. I had really bad grades and terrible study skills. But for the past 2 semesters, I have been working on this to become a much better student. And now I'm going to be sharing the things I've learned with you guys.
And I'm Thiago Batista. I'm also doing software engineering, but I'm from Brazil. And let's say that I'm just a little bit older than Harris. In Brazil, I graduated in law in 2009, but I can speak with confidence that I was not a committed student. Last year, I decided to start my life over with my wife here in Canada. And since that, I was going to start my life over, I also decided to change my habits, especially as to the way I studied. Next. Before the pandemic, the biggest problem that we had was to get to the right class at the right block or to rush between classes while holding our second cup of coffee, not to show up late. Besides that, last semester was awesome. We got to talk to our fellow students, to the professor, to borrow some books from library, to go to the gym. Yeah, I really miss those days. But now, in this new semester, it's very easy for us to divert our attentions and to do other things while we are watching virtual classes. Because that's the biggest challenge today. It's not so much about the subject, but to remain motivated and disciplined to attend classes and do all the assignments in an organized way. Otherwise, you will find yourself doing the job anyway, just to deliver it before midnight, or even some minutes afterward. Uh, Another disadvantage this semester is the lack of social interaction with other students. Guys, I'm Brazilian. To be a social butterfly, it's our bread and butter. That and football soccer. So staying at home every day looking into a computer screen can be extremely tedious for some of us. Next.
Yeah, so the solutions that we have sort of found that work for us are having a study schedule and studying with friends. These 2 solutions give you routine, accountability, and socializing. Me and Thiago started working together once the lockdown started, and I reached out to him because I knew him from first semester, and I knew studying alone in the lockdown would be challenging for me. And if I had a friend there to help me, it would keep me disciplined and motivated. So I asked him if he wanted to study together, and he was down. Since then, we have been really productive, disciplined, and motivated. Next slide, please. So as you can see, here is a picture of our schedule. We have Saturday mornings to plan our week. And this is where we decide what tests we have coming up, how much time we're going to spend studying for them, what assignments we're going to work on, quizzes. So we plan everything out on Saturday mornings. After that, we work together from 8:30 to 5:30, Monday to Friday. So, for example, you can see Monday, we have a math quiz in the morning we're going to be doing, then we're taking a break, then we have our classes. Tuesday, studying for programming, then math, taking a break, and then we have classes. So that's how we kind of plan our weeks out. And we use WhatsApp calls to work together. So this allows us to talk and communicate. We even keep the calls on during lectures to make sure we stay focused on the lecture, and we can ask questions to each other if we get confused.
Mhm.
And now Thiago is going to talk about the creativity sprints.
Yeah, if you check over there, there is a yellow and purple box called creativity sprints. This is the time of the week that we use everything we learn to create something fun without any pressure, without any grades, just testing the limits of our skills. No matter what program you are taking here at Centennial, I'm sure that in one way or another you can creatively use what you're learning, and that will be great for you for practice. For example, as we said before, we are software engineers, and because of that, we created some web pages using Flexbox and CSS. And let's say, for example, some of you guys here are doing the cooking program here. Maybe you can try to reinvent some home dishes in a different way or using different ingredients. Unfortunately, this semester, due to the workload, we are prioritizing our assignments. And this didn't leave us time enough to focus on the creativity sprints again.
Yeah, so honestly, this may seem like a lot of work, but Thiago and I are trying to treat this schedule or treat this semester just like a normal semester. So we're keeping up as much of a solid routine as we can. And the reason we've been able to keep up with it is because we have the accountability through studying together. So for you guys, I highly recommend you create a study schedule and study with other people. We've also included a template for creating a study schedule in the handouts if you guys need help with that. Next slide, please.
Okay, the best way to explain a little more about networking is to tell you a little more about how Harris and I started. We're both software engineer students, but in the last semester, we only had 3 classes in the same period. And strangely, in these 3 classes, we were always the last students to leave the classroom. And we were always there asking questions to the teachers or starting work while everybody left the building. So I knew that we were aiming to the same goals. I bet that you can think of someone who was with you in your classes that you can start studying with in some way, but maybe you don't know how to get in touch with them anymore. One way you can do this is through the class list that is available on eCentennial website. As you can see here on the chat, is simply go to the class, click on the communications class list, and you can find him by the surname. If you know his surname and he's not yet anymore in your class, maybe you can try to email him, searching for him on your Microsoft Outlook eCentennial email. And finally, one last resource that you can use is send an email to your teacher asking for this student email. Next. Harris came with the idea of calling each other instead of just texting. and this would mimic one studying class. The best way that we find to do this was through WhatsApp. Using WhatsApp, we can call each other and take pictures of something that we are struggling with so the other can try to help. And if either know the answer, we can search other links that may have the solution. Our group started with just the two of us, but we added other students as well, that Harris, me, or both have classes too. And we saw in them the same desire to get better grades as we had. And in this way, we were able to simulate a focused and fun student environment. So, since you guys are already using WhatsApp or Trello, why not to use it to do more than just exchanging memes? Try to use it to study also, and you will see how much this will help you with your grades. Next.
All right, so now we're on group projects. So the three components that Thiago and I found to working on a group project is to have a WhatsApp group, Google Docs and slides, and to use weekly meetings. So for the WhatsApp group, this is different from your networking group. This is just for one specific assignment, and it makes communication super easy, keeps everyone on track and up to date, and it helps ensure that everyone does their part in the project, because if you don't have a shared group, it's easy for some people to do a lot of work and others to do very little. So a shared group keeps everyone on the same page. On top of that, we have the Google Docs and slides. So this is a tool you guys are all probably familiar with. It's a free tool for live collaboration on assignments, and everything's saved in the cloud, so it's convenient and safe. You guys can go back to previous versions as well if you make a mistake on something. So overall, it's the easiest and best way to work on group projects together.
The third component to help you improve with your group project is the weekly meetings. Weekly meetings help decide what task each member will work on, talk about due dates and deadlines, and keep everyone accountable. In our course, in the software engineer practice class, we learned some tools that can help you guys, just as it helped us. Right now, we are using Trello to divide our tasks among us, which is a free tool that helps the participants to visualize what each one is doing and what step they are on that. You can also use Monday, or there is also a lot of free available tools that you can Google for it. You can also check Trello on your smartphone and computer so that you can see at any time how the project is doing. This is a great tool to keep everybody in track and do not have to rush in the last day to deliver it. For example, you can keep track on who already completed their tasks and who is yet working on that. And you can even create more columns if you need it. As you can see here in the example, there is one slide that is saying do not freak out in presentation. Maybe I should jump that to start over again. Next. That's next.
Okay, so now we're going to be talking about the additional resources. So all these resources we have included in the handout, which is going to be in the chat, I believe, and we'll also email it to you guys. So we have the schedule template, just to help you create a schedule if you don't already have one. There's also a link to the, excuse me, the College Tutoring Center, and they offer free online tutoring for subject help, and it also keeps you accountable. The college also started a virtual study hall. So this is a new initiative that the college announced where a group of students can come and study together, and a learning strategist is there to help you study, set goals, and overcome challenges. So this is a great one. If you guys don't already have a study group or any friends to study with, you can go for this one, and it will really help you out. So me personally, I was struggling a lot last semester, but weekly meetings with the learning strategist was one of the key tools that helped me get a study routine and also make better study habits. So I highly recommend you guys take advantage of these resources we have available to us. And in the handouts, I also included the email of the learning strategist. So if you guys are struggling with anything, you can just reach out to her and she can make weekly appointments with you guys and, really help keep you on track. So that's something that really helped me, and I highly recommend it to you guys as well. Next slide, please. So recap, we talked about 3 main things today: studying, which involves creating a schedule and studying with others; networking groups to help you find friends, help each other out, and stay social; and group projects. And the 3 components to this were the WhatsApp group, Google Docs, and weekly meetings. Next.
Okay, but maybe you're still wondering, but why this is so important? What we are doing right now is very similar to a small business. We are committed to the same goals, we are sharing tasks, working at the same time, creating an important network for our future. So don't think of just the study group as that. Think of as a practice for your next step over Centennial, which is getting a job. Don't wait to start interacting with your potential coworkers. Referral is still the most widely used way to interact and quickly hire employees, and to this day, anywhere in the world. So start building your network today and use this time on Centennial as a rehearsal for your future job. What are you guys waiting for?
Yeah, and I guess that concludes our presentation. So next slide, please. So now we have a poll question for you guys. Just about study groups. How many study groups do you currently have? And should come up right now on Zoom.
Yep. Boom, I'm seeing here. Okay, well.
Wow, looks like
Thiago and Terrace, I have a question for you. Did you guys, I know Thiago said that you guys met because both of you were hanging out after class, asking questions.
Yep.
You study together before the lockdown?
A little bit, but not really.
Yeah, just for some particular classes that we were struggling with, that we are both seeing that we have the same problems with some tasks. So that's where the main classes that we study together.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But
And how did you get other, sorry, Harris, go on.
Oh, sure. So yeah, I'm just looking at the poll. Looks like 6 people out of 10 have no group. So to be honest, if I was studying alone during this online semester, I don't think I would have been able to do well at all. Just because it requires a lot of like self-discipline and motivation. So maybe you guys can do it, but for me, I don't think I would have been able to do it. So having a friend or maybe the virtual study hall or, any of these resources might be something that, helps you guys out.
Yeah, and we can see here that one guy is already studying together, having a group. I don't know which one it is, but you can have multiple groups, just one for one specific class and one for overall, because maybe working with Harris is always great for everything. But if I had one specific course, like for example, I have COM 171, that Harris is not on it, I can use my time to find someone inside my COM class to work with him specifically. And that will create me another group, another WhatsApp group with different tasks. So in that way, I have, where's my mic? No. So in that way, you can have more than one group. So for you that it is here and you have a group already, yeah, maybe you can have another group as well. And for those who doesn't have a group yet, let's try to make this at least a starting point. Since we are here searching for the same thing, for the same questions, maybe we can start here among us a group study. Like for example, I can see here Erica, Anthony, Asha, Biraj, Donna.
Lorna.
Let's try just one quick and simple exercise. Type on the chat the course that you guys are doing, just so we can know already what is if there is some common ground.
That's
Yeah.
a cool idea.
Yeah. So,
So
in the
we have
chat,
one
you type it in.
student raised the hand, so maybe
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll take the
Nancy
call in a second.
Cox.
Okay, so Lorna, can I unmute? You have a microphone? Yeah.
Yes. How do you get people to join in your study group?
Yeah, that's an excellent question, Lorna. If you talk to them, for example, we had a group, me, Harris, and some other guys from our programming class. From that group itself, after the assignment's done, we were seeing, okay, this guy, he's really good. He's doing more things than the rest. Maybe we can ask him if he wants to study. So it's more like an offer. Imagine again, this is a small company. It's like you're hiring someone to work with you. You will not hire anyone. You want to hire someone that will uh, go to the same end that your guys want to. And if you don't have anyone, if you're starting on your own, the best way is just to find someone that you can relate to in one way or another. Like I said before, I'm pretty sure you can remember someone from your previous classes that you can even remember his surname. Oh, that guy was asking some really smart questions. Let me just try to talk to him, see if he's studying already. And yeah, it's kind of hard to do the first step, but if you're willing to get better grades and if you're willing to have a study group, maybe you should be the first one, the one to do the first step. I think that answers your question.
That's a problem.
Mm,
Because if you join the class, you know nobody. Because all the students in my class list, I don't know them. And even if I email a couple of them, they do not respond. So that's a challenge.
yeah, that's always a challenge. But again, think this is a hiring process or a job opportunity. You will not stop on the first no. If you really want to do that, you have to sometimes think outside the box. So my intake would be email everyone. Since you don't know anyone, try to talk to everyone. Send an email. Since you take the first no already or no one responds to you, talk to everybody. Spam the email. Say, hey, I'm Lorna. I'm doing yeah, I'm not kidding. Just spam them. Oh, I'm Lorna. I'm trying to find a work group. I don't know if you have already. Can we have 5 minutes so we can talk about it? The first one that to reply to you, that's the guy or the girl or whoever.
Yeah.
And if even that no one replies to you, ask your teacher. Ask him, say, hey, professor, I'm trying to find a study group. Maybe you know someone from other sections, because you have only one professor, but that professor, he has like multiple sections. And in other classes, he may find the perfect partner for you.
Well, thanks for your help.
Yeah, definitely. You can try reaching out in the class chat. If there's some people that are really active, you can try private messaging them. So yeah, maybe they'll want to reach out to you and then study with you. That's one option.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thiago and Harris, before you go ahead, we also have one more question in a question and answer session. Student is asking, how does this virtual study hall work?
Yeah, so I haven't tried it out yet, and I think it's a pretty new feature. Like they literally just sent the email like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's like a group study session, and they also have a learning strategist there to sort of help you out. So yeah, I think it's a great resource. You can try that out. Also, James in the chat is saying that you need about 3 people to do it. So yeah, try it out. And if anything, you can also use the one-on-one tutoring sessions. So you can just book one-on-one appointments, and you can have a tutor help you out with your subject. So that's another good resource as well.
And I see that we have Asha here doing paralegal, Biraj is doing auto operations, uh, Donna is doing project management courses, Anthony is doing also a software engineering technician.
Yeah, but he's starting in fall. So he's here early.
Earlier. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good intake. If you were already, if I were in listening to the next semester, I will seek you, Anthony, because you are already going ahead of the class just by looking for a group to study for something that you even don't know yet what you're going to study. Nice one, man.
Yeah, nice.
And Erica is doing office administration executive. For
Yeah, it
example,
doesn't look like there's too much overlap of programs.
yeah, but
If there was, then you guys could just reach out to each other and start working together.
yeah, but we have here some common ground, like Erica and Donna. One is doing project management, and Erica is doing office administration. I'm pretty sure they must have at least 1 or 2 classes that overlap, like in our case, math or programming itself. Like I remember Grady. Grady is a guy that studied with us. He's doing gaming programming. And for last semester, we have him in the same 2 classes. And this semester, for another 2 classes, he's doing the same program. So even though we are not doing this exactly same course, you can still have some common ground that you can use it to start the conversation. Or let's say another thing that may help us that we can do it here on the chat. Type one hobby that you have. If you don't have common grounds on the study, well, maybe you can find common ground on the things after classes, and that will be a conversation starter. For example, in my case, I am MPG, RPG, and Marvel movies. That's my thing.
We had a quick question from Asha asking if we use Zoom. No, we just use WhatsApp because you can literally just call people for free. You can call groups as well. It's all free and the quality is good. So we just use WhatsApp. It's the most convenient.
Yeah, and the main problem that I found on Zoom is the time limit. If you're using for a business like Centennial is using here, it's unlimited. But if you are using to talk to someone, it's 40 minutes. And that for a sprint program, yes, it can work. But for a study day, you have to call each other a lot of times. So it's not working as well. But you can also use Facebook. Facebook meetings, it has the same feature. It's quite as good as well as WhatsApp. I don't know for sure if Telegram has some kind of feature also that you can call, but I'm pretty sure it has. But any communication program right now, you can use it. You can use for the same thing. Yeah. Bhavika is saying, for advanced diploma programs, there are also common communication classes, 131, 141, 161, 171. Perfect. That's also a common ground here, especially for those who are foreigners, just like me. So Harris is from here. He had to do common 171. I did it 160, and now I'm doing 17. Yeah, Farah, I'm there, brother. I'm there. I'm also having 171. I really need some help.
Yeah.
I will contact you because I'm doing the compressed version, and it's like I was telling Nadia just before. I'm getting one assignment almost every 2 days, and it's quite overwhelming.
Yeah, that's good. So Farah, you can reach out to Thiago.
Yeah.
For Column 171. Is there anyone else taking Column 171 this semester?
Oh, so here, Erica did it already. So maybe we can join groups, join forces. Farah, Erica, and me. We can talk later. Please send me your emails to. Well, you can use exactly what you learned here today. I will get your guys' last name so I can search for you guys later. So it's Vila Real.
Oh,
Erica, that's a really common Brazilian name and surname. Are you also from Brazil?
Tiago, can you share again how you're going to search for their emails?
Sure. Can you go back to, some slides? Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's not on the slides, it's over here. So if you go to your on Centennial classes, choose like, for example, in our case here, it's common 171. You can find in the classroom, you can just type the surname. For example, Farah, I'll search for Gulshan, and Centennial would already show me if he's in my class or not. But I can do it on my Outlook. I just Google and I just type it Vila Real, and he will send me directly to Erica email. And then I
Okay.
can just type it, hey Erica, let's start. Yeah, Vila Real, it's from Colombia. So yeah, it's a Latin surname. What else? Any questions?
And if you go back to classes, are you guys planning on sticking with this sort of similar schedule or group? Have you guys talked about that?
Next semester? Yeah. Well, most likely, Thiago and I will try to take the same classes, so we're in the same schedule, and keep up the studying, because it works really well, especially for online classes, having someone to study with. So yeah, most likely we just try to keep up the same routine.
Yeah, the main thing that's going to be different is that we're going to use more the Centennial tools that we have, and right now we don't have. Like, for example, if we can study on the library, and that will help us to improve a little more because we have all the books to search for, or the notebooks to land, things that we can use to help us. And the lab, it's a great thing to use because then we can properly use pair programming. That's a tool for software engineers. We can sit next to each other and just code, look into each other's screens. That's helpful. But yeah, for sure, we're gonna stick for this. We're gonna just have to accommodate the time better between his commuting, my commuting, so we can talk. Okay, let's meet here, 8:30 at Centennial, at the library, or at Second Cup, so we can start it and divide the tasks. So for sure, we're gonna use this.
One question for you guys: how are you finding the online semester?
Yeah.
Is it challenging? What challenges are you facing? Or is it easy? It's not a problem. What do you guys think?
You guys can share it in the chat.
It's awful.
Yeah, but it's awful because you miss the social connection, or you find it they are more struggling than it was having live classes.
I mean, I like the amount of time it saves, because you don't have to commute, you don't have to stay on campus, everything's from home. So that aspect of it I like.
Yeah, Biraj, I have the same problem. Sometimes it's disturbing to have to read it by yourself. I prefer when I have someone, at least I can see what the I'm the whiteboard guy. I prefer the professor like really going on the whiteboard and writing everything, so I can raise my hand and be the annoying guy in the background just asking 2,000 questions. And if you guys were in the classes with me, yes, I was the annoying guy every class. Every class I had to at least have one question. So
I have more than one. I'm sorry, but I am the most annoying right now in 171. I don't really get what the teacher is saying, and like while asking multiple questions, sometimes I feel ashamed that I am kind of stereotype. I don't know. So, but in Com 7 171. I am not really enjoying. I don't know what's going on, and we are already in week 5.
Yeah, for I know exactly what you're passing right now. I have to turn my mic on like a couple of times to talk to the professor because she was not getting what I was typing, and that's I was talking about this with Harris the other day. It's and I can see now. I can feel what they pass through. So you ask a question, and you have to wait for the students to type something. But that for a class, it's a, it's kind of interrupting the mind flow of those who are presenting. So then I suggest you to, instead of trying to type to her, talk to her using the mic. I'm pretty sure that you have tried that already.
I always prefer to talk.
Yeah,
I don't type. I'm like I do type, but I always unmute my mic and ask questions. But I think I need little bit more clarification.
Have you taken any of the tutoring sessions at Centennial?
Uh, while I was in Centennial, actually, I was like really concerning my other subjects instead English. So I haven't take any tutorial or tutor session in Centennial.
Yeah, because
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
sorry.
I took Com 171 last semester. So yeah, in the beginning it was pretty hard, but afterwards I sort of spent some extra time with the professor and just to get some more help. So after that, I was able to sort of understand and do better. So yeah, maybe if you can talk to the professor for some one-on-one time, or go for the tutoring services to get some help. It is challenging for spending time on it because you have all these other classes and
yep.
assignments for those, so it's hard to balance it out. But
Mhm.
yeah, those are some resources maybe.
Yeah, I know I have also some problems because when COM 1621, it was more about the structure of how to do things. And CON 171 is all about the content of what you're writing, not the format. And I got some harsh feedback on my first assignments that I delivered because the professor was saying, no, this is not what I was asking for. But that's okay because there was a lack of communication between my understanding and her proposition of the assignments. The way that I resolved this was to be really thorough on my questions to her. So, okay, please tell me exactly what you want, because I hate being downgraded. I hate to. I'm kind of nerdy right now. I if I get like a B, I get stressed. I get like really really upset. So I'm the guy, annoying guy, asking also the professionals. Okay, you ask that. Please give me some examples. Say to me exactly what kind of thing that you want, because if I go with what I had from last semester, that's exactly the thing that you criticize me. So please help me to better understand what you want from me. So and it's okay. It's okay. Probably for some of you guys, not only for questioning, for even interacting, it's hard because it's hard to overcome shyness. It's not an easy thing to do. Uh, I, and this maybe sound really, really awkward, but I was really shy in high school. I was not talking to anyone, and that can be my impossible to think about now. But I learned it to failing some classes that if I don't say nothing, no one would come to me. So it was a matter of survival. If I want to pass, I will have to overcome my fears. I will have to overcome my shyness and start to do take the first step. So it's hard for some students to do this. understand, please, I know what you guys are passing through, but try it. Try it. At least try it sometimes. I see some, there are some questions here.
Yeah, Lorna had a question.
Okay, go ahead,
Mm.
Lorna.
Yeah, I think she was just saying that she prefers just doing it on her own because when you have to get help, it's too tedious and takes too much time. Is that correct, Lorna?
Yeah,
Mm.
this setup is not adequate. It's not helpful.
Mm.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And sometimes, yes, online classes can be hard. I prefer also the social interaction, like looking into someone's eyes and talking to them. But unfortunately, I have to say this: things are not going back to be ever like they were before. Sure, that's we are not going to get online classes like forever. Things are getting in the middle ground. But I was reading some topics and some texts about it. Even companies right now are relying more on online work. You can work from home, and Facebook open for their employees. Okay, if you want to work from home, go for it. So, like I said, think of this as a rehearsal for your next job. Maybe your job you will have, or you'll have the opportunity to work online. And if you think about time that you will spend with your family or doing something that you like, maybe you will see the benefits and you can start, okay, I don't like to do this online, but maybe I can, instead of just open the web call, I can do a video web call. Like right now, I can see Nadia, and Nadia can see me, and I it's not the same thing as looking directly at her eyes, but I can still see her expressions. I can still see if I say something that bothers her or when she's tired. It's it's mimicking. It's adapting. We have also have to adapt to these coming years. It's unfortunately
I
this is
think I can speak for a lot of my team members in the work that we do, which is face to face with international students and even domestic students who are interested in going abroad. And every week we have weekly team meetings, and so often, almost every week since the close down, staff members, including myself, have said we miss seeing the students face to face. We miss that interaction.
you know,
Because you're right, it's not the same. But as Thiago said, we're adapting. We're using these tools to try and reach out to students. We want to give students an opportunity to share their voices, and that's one of the purposes of this peer-to-peer learning webinar series. But we're in this with you as well, in that we miss that in-person, that human element, the touch point as well. So this is the next best thing. I like
yeah,
this better than the phone.
exactly.
Here, here is my take. Not everybody know how to navigate through all this new tools.
Hmm.
Not
Yeah, for
everybody
sure.
has the ability or the know-how. So there is no way of learning this when you're trying to concentrate or focus on the subject you're supposed to be studying.
Yeah.
So there is an added uh, task for you to figure out things while you're trying to study.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And what is really lacking is that all this new dynamics, uh, it's like you're left out in the wilderness
Mm. Lorna,
because
would you feel that Centennial should do more to support students with the online learning, like as you're saying, like learning the new tools or sort of, getting the hang of it?
No, I don't feel that way because I feel alone. I I have to be searching for myself, and it's a waste of time. Takes up a lot of time
Mm.
to figure out things on your own, and whatever information is given, like the webinar, is just a webinar. You you you're only getting bits and pieces from all over this place, and it's not like a one shop information here how to do things.
Yeah, Lorna,
So
maybe
you're
sorry to
getting little bits pieces here when I mean
yeah, Lorna, I
it's
completely I
lacking.
completely
I don't know,
trust
it's
me.
too much,
Yeah, trust me. I completely understand you,
and
and
it's
I
too
can feel.
overwhelming.
Yeah, I can feel your pressure. Trust me. I can relate to
So
you
you lose
on
a
this.
lot.
Yeah, you lose. Yeah, you when you saw it, you lost one thing, and then you lost another, and you can feel overwhelmed about all the things that are happening at the same time. I would tell you about one thing and then another. First, I think that it is stressful for us as students, but this was something that happened to everybody at the same time. Uh, I know that Centennial could have done more for sure, but imagine for them, they have only 3 weeks to prepare everything, to think about everything that was going on, thinking about not only the students, but the faculty members, how to do the webinars, how to do the classes, the grades, how they have to completely rethink about everything at the same time.
Fair enough. But at the same time, the semester fees are still the same as they were for the normal semester.
Yeah, but
So are we
that's another.
we're getting charged the same, but are we getting the same service?
Yeah,
That's the question.
that's another thing. But here I stand my feet with Centennial on this thing, because it's and guys, I'm paying like so much. Trust me. But there is a structure, and if we start to cut, uh, the whole structure will fall apart. And I'm not talking about only Centennial, but the society as well. Because think about this, and just to cut this because that's not the topic of this conversation. Imagine that we are getting. I say, okay, I'm not gonna pay for the gym. I used the gym when I was there, but now I'm not paying. And then Centennial has to say, okay, for the guys who are paying to cleaning the gym floor and everything. So okay, sorry guys, I don't have money now to pay you, so I have to cut it. And then the guys, the clean company says, okay, I had to fire everyone because we don't have the contract anymore. And the guys says, oh, sorry, I have to overdo my lease and pay because I don't have the money, and the structure as a whole fails. So I fully understand Centennial and on this semester because of thinking out globally, but no, it's not easy to pay a lot. That's for sure. Now coming
Yes,
back to
Sorry, I want to interrupt because we have just a few more minutes and I don't want to digress, but all great discussions. And I feel like this could be a topic for another webinar.
yeah, can I just
Topic, but
finish? Can I just
yes,
finish
yes,
my
Thiago,
question
yes,
for Lorna? First, Lorna,
yes.
for the second thing is, if I can help you in any way, navigating, trying to uh, fill the gaps that you're having so far, please contact me. I'm more than welcome to help you in anything that you need. Either
perfect.
it's navigating to Centennial websites, using the apps, whatever. Call me, send me an email, do whatever you have
Yeah.
to do.
Thanks so much, Thiago. I was going to ask Lorna to reach out to one of our team members as well. you don't have to remember our names. You could just simply type SAGE, SAGE at centennialcollege.ca, and we'd be happy to connect you with online tutoring or have a success advisor call you. Just even, sometimes it's a phone call that you need one-on-one, not a group setting, not another webinar, like you said. But hey, I think you take Thiago's offer up over ours any
Yep,
day.
I'm here. I am here.
So thank you so much, Thiago. That's awesome. In terms of, I wanted to go back to the questions because some of the tools were new to the students. In terms of Trello, and I think you mentioned Monday as well.
Monday, yeah.
Have you guys used, to everyone joining us, have you guys used things like Trello and Monday to help with projects? I'm curious because we've used it a couple of times at work with multiple departments, and Thiago's always bringing it back to, hey, this is your rehearsal for real life. It truly is. So just curious, have you guys used these tools before?
And if you guys use, like I do, like a lot of YouTubing, you will see probably every 5 videos, you'll see a video about Monday. They are really trying to sell the tool. It's a simplified version of Trello. I prefer Trello because of the tools that it gives me. I like more complex things because I'm nerdy again. So I like to pinpoint everything, and Monday is kind of basic. But for those who are starting, it's better to start riding a bike than trying to ride a train. So
Monday free?
Monday's free also. You can have the free version.
Trello I like the interface of Trello, and just like you guys showed, can we go back to the slide? Sure. I wonder. One back, I think.
No, it's that one. Yeah, you have both.
So this first one where there's the starting, in progress, and just having. I'll go to the next one because you could see in progress and completed. You have 4 initials here. That means 4 people worked on this section and 1 person worked on this section. But there's so many capabilities of even file sharing, right?
Yeah, file sharing, and you can change the colors and put links and put videos, and you can even type small comments. So, for example, in purpose there, we're not sure because we don't want to share too much information. There was a project and other people were involved.
Sure.
But in each of these cards, it's in Trello, they're called cards because it's a Kanban board and whatever. When you click it, it opens a chat inside that purpose. So we were talking that, me and Harry say, maybe we should change this. Yeah, go ahead. And you can put someone in charge of each card itself. So it's a great way to, Slack also, it's free. Slack is also a great tool.
Yes.
So there's, like I said, there's 1,000 tools that you can use. The better way to use it is find the one that you are more comfortable, either by the complexity or by only the interface. So try a bunch of them.
And I liked also, just going back to what you said, maybe a class is not the common ground to connect, but if 2 people share a hobby, or if a couple of you are all taking comm courses and you're just feeling, the overall feeling is I feel alone, or this is the challenging, then a quick WhatsApp group to even check in is so helpful. And you don't have to be friends, but it could grow into something that is supportive, right? So that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, Nadia, can you share for us later the emails from the attendees?
I think
it is possible.
Let me just double check if maybe we can do a quick poll, or if you guys can quickly. We usually get students to sign a like a waiver, but if you can quickly on the chat, guys, share if it's okay to send share emails, or maybe Thiago and Harris, if you can share your emails
Sure.
and students can get in touch with
I'll
you.
put yeah, I'll put my email here for those who want to talk to us.
Okay.
Because then we can create like a supporting group, like SSS, the supporting stressed students, like something like that.
Post webinar, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Just
SOS.
so we can talk to each other. So, okay, guys, this is really. I have a lot of pressure. What do you guys think? How we can approach this? So we can help each other. We are here to help each other.
I
Great.
would also like to add for all the students who are here, if you are looking to connect with other students, social media, Facebook is a very good medium.
Hmm.
I'm going to post the page for our international center page. And there are a lot of students who interact with each other and they share their, opinions or anything, any help that they need. And there are too many other pages that students have created, like based on their programs or based on,
Yeah.
let's say, just Centennial students sharing books, materials, etc. So make sure that you are looking for such groups on Facebook as well. And that's a huge resource, like a huge pool of all the other students who are in the same boat. So definitely make sure that you use that.
And for let me remember his name now. Where is it?
Carl?
For Anthony, who's not here.
Anthony. Yeah, Anthony. I remember that I used Reddit as a tool to talk to guys who were already doing Centennial College, specifically for software engineers. So maybe you can try also on Reddit for those who know how to use the tool. Use Reddit. Type Centennial College, you will find the pools and then the threads, and you can go more specific, like project management, Centennial College. And if you really want to think outside the box, just type project management, and maybe you can find someone from Seneca or Brown. Doesn't matter. You're looking for someone, a partner to study with. It doesn't matter if he's in another college, another country, or even, I don't know, another planet. Doesn't matter. You guys are studying together. That's the main goal.
For the
Focus on the main
poll,
goal.
2 people said they're not sure if they want more sessions. So they didn't love it, but didn't hate it either.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
These sessions have, in terms of topics, are so broad. We're so excited. This is the first time we're doing it, so we're learning as well. We have a few more coming up, so check out your email and Instagram. That's how we're promoting these. And if you have ideas as well, Helen will do that final speech. But I just want to thank Harris and Thiago for putting this together, for giving up some of your time. Maybe this is part of your creative sprint.
Yeah.
But we're so appreciative, and thank you for just engaging us in this conversation of how is everyone doing really, and how's everyone studying in
Yeah.
this
Thank you so much.
pandemic.
It was a great opportunity. And for all the attendees as well, if you guys want to do it, put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And thank you for everyone who joined us today. We're so excited about just offering more of these, but even letting your guard down a little bit and chatting with us, it really is a good learning opportunity for us as well. We are going to be sharing some of the feedback, and if you, again, I'm going to put a plug for our services. If you want to reach out to us and if you need help connecting with other areas of the college, we're happy to play messenger. We're happy to help you.
Yeah.
So sage@centennialcollege.ca.
Yeah. Thank you, Sage. Thank you, Nadia. Thank you, Ellen. And I'm just quickly sprint for you guys' name. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Faram. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Biraj. Thank you, Donna, Erica, James, Myungji, Vasu, and 1647 181. I don't know you guys your name, just your phone number, but thank you guys for being here, giving us the opportunity to share with you a fraction of what you know, to try to help you guys the way that it helped us. And see you guys on the next one.